When things wear thin. Meghan Markle received a painful lesson after betraying public trust. If Meghan Markle thought cold-calling Republican senators to persuade them to sign up to paid family leave policies would be a breeze, or even a good idea, she has been proven wrong. Online criticism has inevitably followed, especially as she introduced herself using her royal title, the Duchess of Sussex. The former said, and she goes, "Senator Capito? This is Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. I couldn't figure out how she got my number," Capito said. Much to my surprise, she called me on my private line and she introduced herself as the Duchess of Sussex, which is kind of ironic, Collins said, referring to how Meghan and Harry have set themselves up in a new life far away from the palace, while criticizing royal life, most infamously in the interview they gave to Oprah Winfrey. Jeremy Vine caller Michael questioned the Duchess's U-turn, claiming she had betrayed the public's trust with her conduct, after the Duchess of Sussex issued an apology to the Court of Appeals for forgetting about authorizing a former aide to brief the authors of Finding Freedom. Michael said, "It's consistent. She's always been full of soundbites, and the classic was when she first became involved with the royal family. They ran a documentary about her life on TV and she made a speech, or a speech was broadcast that she'd made, where she was praising her father for all his support through her education. Later on, they showed another speech where she was at some women's organization, and therefore suited not to include her father, where she airbrushed the father out, claiming she had to work to finance her education, which was a contradiction." Presenter Jeremy Vine, however, offered a counter-argument to Michael's claims, saying, "You've been following it closely. We've mentioned it, this is bad. She said she hadn't cooperated, then she said she forgot, and she did." However, there are defenders of Meghan who say this is all motivated by people who don't like Americans, don't like people of color, don't like people who come from another country and marry into the royal family. What do you say to that? Michael renewed his claims, "They're blind." Krista was saying, by and large, the media initially were favorable and supportive of her. That was basically true, and that was true of the public. And she betrayed the public's trust in her. The COP26 gathering is just the kind of place where one might have expected to see the couple in full campaigning mode. But with the royals dominating the show, and given the extent of ill feeling between Montecito and Windsor, it would have been politically awkward for Meghan and Harry to attend, let alone make speeches. The exclusion of Harry, who has long campaigned on environmental issues, was striking. Of course, the Queen can't be expected to mention every member of her family every time she speaks, but the omission of Harry was an unvarnished illustration of the realities of the new royal order. It appears to be part of a deliberate effort by the Queen to put clear blue water between the life of public service, which she sees as comprising her family's activities, and the universal obligation to service that Harry and Meghan claimed in a February 2020 statement. The non-involvement of Harry and Meghan in COP26 could be seen as pegging out the limits of their influence now they are very firmly outside the royal tent. Of course, this is in one sense an entirely logical outcome of the decisions they took last year. The political journalist Ian Dunn told, "The reason we sometimes get confused about the royal family is because it is an institution that looks like a family. We take these statements from the Queen about her family as if she is actually talking about her family. In fact, she is talking about an institution grounded in familial relations."